Like,
you know, I've heard somebody speak in tongues before. Because a lot of times we love other people for how they make us feel instead of like for who they actually are.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Lost Sheep. Today we'll be going through 1 Corinthians chapter 13, and today's episode will be all about... Because we love here. Not like that, but like... Anyways. So overall for this chapter, it's about the meaning and importance of love. So I just think that this is a really good chapter to go through because it's super iconic. Like everyone knows it, even if you don't think you know it, you know it. It's like John 3:16, that type of thing. Verse 1, and yet I will show you the most excellent way. If I speak in tongues of men or of angels, but I do not have love, I'm a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. So basically, words without love is meaningless. It's just a sound. And like if you speak in tongues, to speak in tongues is, I don't really understand what it is, but it's basically something like when the Holy Spirit is actually like very deeply immersed in your body and you're like you are saying something and it's like not words. Like,
you know, I've heard somebody speak in tongues before. She was like praying for me and then she started speaking in tongues.
When?
Because last time I used to go to her house, right? One day she was talking because we were going through like a course, like a sort of like mini course kind of thing about.
She never told me about this.
Like I feel like I have not salvation, but it was like a gospel kind of thing. Like we were just going through like the whole story of like how Jesus thing, and it's like she was basically talking to me as if not as if I was a new Christian, but just like going through the whole thing of like how Jesus on the cross, how Christianity is like, and how everything. And then towards the end, we kind of talked a little bit about like Holy Spirit, and then we started talking about speaking in tongues. And she said she'll pray for me, and then she started speaking in tongues.
Was
it
like,
looking kind of scary though.
It was like,
No, it's just like I think I don't exactly remember, but it was something like that. Like, I don't fully understand the concept yet, but
me too.
It's interesting. Like I think it's like the Holy Spirit talking. I don't think it's you. Basically, that part was like if you speak in tongues but do not have love, then you only sound like nonsense, I guess.
There's no meaning. So comment down below if you've ever spoken in tongues or you've ever seen anyone speak in tongues.
Yeah, because it's like speaking in tongues, I think it's like not everyone can do it. So I think this verse is kind of saying like even if you can do such a highly skilled thing, even if you like have the Holy Spirit in you, or like you think you're a really close Christian but you don't have love, then it's you don't have the basis of like Christianity, I guess.
After that, verse 2 and 3. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have faith that can move mountains but do not have love, I'm nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and give over my body to hardship that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Like you can do so many things. You can give out your money, you can donate things, you can give over your body, like put your body on the line and like work so hard for whatever reasons, for even if it's like really good reasons. You're helping someone out, you're helping out like a business or whatever. If you don't do it out of love, it's all meaningless. To be loving and to do it out of your... Wait for it. Love.
I think the part that kind of stood out to me is verse 4. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, and it is not self-seeking, and it is not easily angered, and it keeps no record of wrong. Talks a little bit more in depth about what love should be like. Obviously we know that love is patient, kind, it does not envy, but do we know that it does not boast? Like if you love someone, you don't have to boast about them. I think that's what it means, right? Or actually I don't really know, but just because you love person A doesn't mean you're allowed to dishonor person B, even if person B and person A are not on good terms. And it's not self-seeking, and I think that applies to a lot of our generation today, because a lot of times we love other people for how they make us feel instead of like for who they actually are. And I think a lot of people fall into that trap not knowing, because obviously you're not consciously thinking like I like how this person makes me feel, so I'm just gonna love this person, or like, you know, like that's not like a conscious thing, but it's just like a lot of us have just become so selfish, and I'm sure there's a lot of like deeper reasons as to why we resort to this, but I feel like resort to this, but it's like love is not self-seeking. It should not be you first. If you love someone, and it's not just if you love someone, it's you should be loving everyone. So you should be loving people not for the sake of how they make you feel or for how it may benefit you.
So I also really like this verse because I've never been in a romantic relationship before, so it kind of tells me how to love. So if you've never been in a romantic relationship before, you should read this and it will tell you what love is. And also, I also just like verse 4, 5, 6 and 7. I don't want to read the whole thing, so I just put it up right now. So it just basically talks about what love does. It does not delight in evil. It always protects and trusts. It's like about trust, hope. Oh yes, love always perseveres, which is a big thing with like people who are getting married. It's really important to know this because for a relationship to last a really long time, you have to persevere. I may not know that much about it right now because the only relationships I have are like with my family, so like I don't really need to persevere for it because it kind of stays with me forever, even if I don't want it to.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
Just kidding. But
No, you're not.
but anyways, if you are someone who's like planning to get married or anything, just knowing that love always perseveres is so important because that feeling of the honeymoon love is not gonna stay forever. When it eventually like goes away, or like if you guys are fighting a lot or something like that, just to know that true love will persevere through everything is really important. So
It's not that I never thought about that, but just like saying it again just makes me realize like, because it's something that I kind of thought about before, like you know how the divorce rate is really high. It's probably like 1 in 10 or something, or even higher, right? Or like 3 in 10, right? And it's like if you think about it, it's not that surprising because if you think about it, like both our family side, like my mom's side and my dad's side, have a divorce. And it's like my mom has like there's like 5 of them, so that's 1 in 5, and my dad has 3, so that's 1 in 3. So well, obviously the statistics is not 1 in 3, but it's like
so common.
That's
such a big thing.
Yeah, so like in that family, it's 1 in 3. We'll put the stats here. I want to say just because you're not a Christian, it means you're gonna get divorced, or just because you're not a Christian, you have a higher chance of divorce. But my point is, or what I'm thinking is, if you are a Christian or you have God with you guys, or you practice love that is godly, it will make it less likely to divorce because that's not a principle of love. That's not how you look at love as. I think if we know that love is something that always perseveres, then divorce wouldn't really come into our mind.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like a choice.
Right? Yeah, it wouldn't be like an option. Like if I was arguing with my future husband, for example, like I wouldn't think about divorce or something because I would think it's just a character of love. It's just to persevere. It's not something that we have to force ourselves to do. I used to be scared of that, and sometimes I still feel a bit like. Do you think about, like, you don't think about it, but like I don't think about it, but it's like, do you have a little bit of a fear sometimes?
But what?
Like divorce?
I haven't really looked into having a relationship yet, so I haven't gone that far.
Well, I haven't, but it's like I just thought about it because it's like, if you think about it, like we have a family of 5, right? 5 siblings. So if you look at the statistics, technically, you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah.
So last verse 13, and now these 3 remain, faith, hope, and love, but the greatest of these is love. The most important thing in the world is love, I guess. It's very important to know that because I feel like it's quite common for everyone, including Christians and non-Christians, people who are just being nice, to like not do things out of love necessarily, not intentionally, but like subconsciously. You wanna upgrade your status or make your improve your reputation or make yourself look better in front of your boss or something like that. Like you're not really doing it out of love. Yeah, these are potential things that can get in the way of you showing your love fully. So yeah, just make sure that you don't do that.
Just to like sort of conclude, I think love is just like a really central part of being human, and just being like, it's a really good part of the human experience if you think about it. I don't know why, like now I'm just like, because we're literally talking about love, so I'm just kind of like thinking about it, and it's like not just romantic love, but just like love for your colleagues, love for your family, friends, just people around you. Like just whatever you do things in love, do things in patience, in kindness. And even like when you go to the coffee shop, even when you go grocery shopping, like just be nice to the people around you. And I think that will just make your life so much better. Like, but don't do it just to make your life better, but to make theirs as well. And I think it's like it helps everyone. Your kindness to someone can change their life, you know what I mean? They could be having a really bad day, and your kindness to them can usually, your loving act, or maybe saying thank you to someone, or saying have a nice day to someone, can literally change the course of their life, which their life can then touch other people's lives. So just be a loving person. Now that I think about it, other animals probably experience love as well, but humans have like a different.
Because you have emotions. Yeah. It's a more multifaceted way of love.
Yeah, like love is something that it's a gift.
Yes.
And us being loved by God is also a gift. And our ability to love others is also a gift. So we should use this gift and really experience it.
So that'll be all for this episode of Lost Sheep. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Best acquisitions in history.
笑什么像你的 video 在 She's so unprofessional, guys. I actually can't.